has said that India's growth will soon catch up, and a slowdown in growth last year was a global phenomenon. India recorded a growth of around 5% in last financial year. He also added that government can do more to improve the lives of people. He said this in an exclusive chit-chat with DD News.
With me is one of the most influential persons on earth. With me is Nobel Laureate Amartya Sen. Sir, welcome to Doordarshan News. Sir.
Thank you very much. You're very kind to ask me.
Sir, first thing first, sir, India's economic growth was slowing down in last fiscal year. You think it's just a blip and India will recover soon?
You know, I think growth is very important. There are three things to say about this. One is, yes, indeed, India's growth rate can go up quite easily. But I mean, there have been a slowdown of growth of nearly every country in the world, including China. So there is the global recession problem. But there are a lot of internal issues too that need addressing, and that has to be appropriately faced. But the second thing is that we also have to ask the question, how come when we had high growth rate, it made so little difference to the lives of the people? The third point to note is that growth depends also on the development of human capability.
So talking about improving the quality of human lives, the government of India has launched a number of schemes, policies like Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Scheme. We are planning to legislate right to food so that everyone gets food. There are policies related to education. Don't you think these policies are helping to improve the quality of life in the country?
It certainly is, yes. But there's a lot more to be done. I mean, for example, India spends 1.2% of the GDP in public health care, whereas in China, the percentage of GDP that goes into governmental health expenditure, so public health care, is 2.7%. That's more than twice in percentage terms. In absolute terms, since China is richer and has a slightly larger population, in absolute terms, is 5 times as much. So I think we have to, indeed, we are doing a lot. We have to do more.
So what, in your view, is the key problem faced by the country today? Like you saw last year, we faced a major power shortage. I mean, half the population was without electricity. So what are the key obstacles?
Well, these are some of the obstacles, namely underdevelopment of physical infrastructure, of which power is one of those factors. The perpetual underinvestment in the power sector has extracted a very heavy price in India. But also development of education and healthcare, which are very badly neglected. There's enormous inequalities in this respect, even in the power sector. You mentioned the fact that 31st of July last year, 600 million people were without electricity. But there are two problems there. Suddenly the power failed for many people. That was terrible. Bad organization and underinvestment in the power sector are among the factors. But you have to remember also that of these 600 million people, 200 million people never had any power connection at all. There's enormous inequality. 30% of Indians are not connected with electricity. The percentage in China is only 1%.
That was Nobel Laureate Amartya Sen talking exclusively to Doordarshan News.
In Bangladesh,